Hey guys, so I know that we finished our chapter book last week, and since I can't go to the library and check one out, I got one on my iPad. So we are going to read the next Magic Treehouse book because I was able to find it. So we are going to read Lions at Lunchtime. Let's see what we've got going. All right, chapter 1. Jack and Annie were walking home from the grocery store. Jack's pack was heavy. It held a big jar of peanut butter and a loaf of bread. "Are you going to have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?" said Annie, "or a peanut butter and honey sandwich?" Jack started to answer but stopped. "Oh, man," he whispered. "What is it?" said Annie. "Look at that," said Jack. He pointed to the edge of the Frog Creek woods. In the shadow stood a small, delicate animal. It looked kind of like a tiny deer. "It's a sign," whispered Annie. "Remember when we saw the rabbit? He was a sign of the Wild West." The deer-like creature leapt into the woods. Jack and Annie didn't stop to think. They followed as fast as they could. Jack's heavy pack thumped against his back as he ran. Finally, they stopped and looked around. "Where'd she go?" he asked. "I don't see her," said Annie. "Oh, wow," said Annie. She pointed up. There was the magic treehouse. It was shining in the noon sun, at the top of the tallest tree in the woods. Its rope ladder swayed in the shadow below. "Where's Morgan?" said Annie. Morgan Le Fay wasn't waving at them from the window. She wasn't even at the window. "I don't know. Let's go up," said Jack. They climbed the ladder and went to the treehouse. Sunlight streamed through the window. It lit a stack of books and 2 scrolls in the corner. The ancient scrolls held the answer to the riddles Jack and Annie had solved earlier. Jack took off his heavy pack. "Did Morgan leave us a 3rd riddle?" said Annie. "Looking for someone?" said a soft voice. Jack and Annie whirled around. "Morgan!" said Annie. Morgan Le Fay had appeared out of nowhere. She looked ancient and lovely in the bright light. "Do you still want to become master librarians?" she asked Jack and Annie, "so you can help me in my work?" "Yes," they said together. "Wonderful," Morgan said. Then she reached into her robe and pulled out a scroll. "You've solved 2 riddles so far. Here is your 3rd, she said, and she handed the scroll to Annie. "And for your research," she pulled out a book from her robe and handed it to Jack. The cover said, "Plains of South Africa." Okay, so usually in our book, the pages are put together, and so they're split apart. So here's part of the picture. And there's Annie, who has the scroll. And then here's Morgan handing the book to Jack. "Africa?" said Jack. "Oh, man, I've always wanted to go there." He opened the book, and he and Annie stared at the picture. It showed hordes of zebras, tall giraffes, big animals with horns, and tiny deer-like creatures. "Hey, there's the animal that led us there." "That's a Thompson gazelle, I believe," Morgan said. "Were there lions?" asked Jack. "You'll find out," said Morgan. Maybe we need to plan this trip," said Jack. Morgan smiled. "No, go ahead. Make your wish now." Annie pointed at the picture. "I wish we could go there." And then the treehouse started to spin and spin, and faster and faster and faster. And then everything was still. Absolutely still. All right, guys, I guess we'll see what's happening in the plains of Africa as soon as we get back tomorrow. All right, I can't wait. Bye, guys.